Jeannie has been in the mortgage business for over 30 years. She started her own company in 1996 and has a passion for helping and educating people on their real estate financing options in Florida. Something you may not know about Jeannie, she writes in her journal almost every night and always ends it by writing 3 things that she is grateful for every day. Please help me welcome our good friend and one of this chapter's founders, Jeannie O'Grady.
Good morning. Many of you have heard me say this over and over again. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. Today, it's my hope to inspire you to own more real estate. And if you think you can't, think again. Whether it's lack of funds for down payment, credit, or you're waiting for the interest rates to get lower, or you're waiting for the housing prices to change, or you simply have the mindset that you cannot afford to buy real estate, I am here to help you with all of that. There are many ways to finance real estate. Got it.
Yeah.
Big screen. Thank you. And it's just a matter of knowing your options, deciding what you want, having a plan, and taking action. Easier said than done, I know, but it can be done. It's not as difficult as it sounds. Trying to get this synced, guys, sorry. Next screen.
Next one.
After this one, yeah, you got it. Thank you very much. So today I want to share with you the 5 factors that make up your credit score, talk a little bit about financing, and go over a couple of scenarios where I help some happy clients. So my mini story, I was born and raised right here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Next. I have 1 daughter, 2 grandchildren. Next. And my wonderful companion, Bailey Boo. Most of you know that I love travel and adventure, and you've probably seen many of my pictures in the past from sailing to Mexico, traveling to Ireland, going to Fiji and the Caribbean. And this year, I'm planning to go to Italy. And no more broken bones for a while. The next slide. That's it, you got it. As soon as my wrist heals, I'm going to be back doing handstands. That's going to be a little while. Let's see. So, next. Thank you. So let's talk about credit. Thank you, Jeremiah. There are 5 factors that make up your credit score, and the first is payment history. Paying your accounts on time has the greatest impact on your overall credit score. If you've got some negative things, maybe like some medical collections, judgments, tax liens, get rid of all of that stuff. That's the best first thing that you can do. Next is outstanding credit balances. This is the ratio between the amount that you owe versus the line of credit on each account. So let's say you have a credit card with a $5,000 line of credit, and the balance that you owe is $2,500. Well, the ratio on that one card is 50%. There are 2 tiers that you strive to stay under. First is 30%, and the next best is 10%. Strive to keep your credit card balances at or below 10% of the line of credit on each account, and you're good to go. The third factor is the credit history. The longer you have an account established, the better your score will be. I cannot emphasize this enough. Do not close old accounts. I cannot tell you how many people have called me and said, oh, I've closed all these credit cards. I'm like, no, don't close your account. The fourth is the type of credit. A good mix is always best. A few credit cards, a few credit cards, an auto loan, and a mortgage loan is really all you need. And lastly is inquiries, which only accounts for 10% of your overall score, but they look at the last 12 months of inquiries. When it comes to credit and the 3 major product repositories, you want to strive to have a score of 720 or higher. Next, as far as buying and selling real estate and coming up with funds for down payment, there are way too many variables to cover in today's time. I want to let you know that you can buy real estate in a self-directed IRA. You do not need a mortgage broker to help you. If you ever want to talk about it, I'm happy to have a one-on-one with you and help you and guide you in that direction. When it comes to other various types of financing, you can buy a house with no assets and no income as an investment property with 20% down. You can also buy a house with no money down, but there are limitations and variables to all of that. So I encourage you to have a one-on-one with me. Let's get into the details and talk about it. Beware of seller financing, especially if you are the seller. Some people in here are gonna hate me saying that. Programs change from time to time, and yes, there is an option with FHA with 0 down, but it has some quirks to it, and most people end up going with 3.5% down.
Hey Ada, how much money do you need to buy a house?
I'm so shocked he called my name. Well, Pete, that depends on a lot of things. I know that veterans can buy a house with no money down, but a better way to find out is to call my friend Jeannie and hold a conversation with her. She's been in the business for over 30 years. Can I get you her number?
That'd be great, thanks.
Thank you.
8222222.
Thank you, John. Buying and financing real estate is a big deal, and educating people on their options is what I do. Next, you can right there. Okay, thank you. So to give you some recent scenarios and closings where I help people, this is a veteran and his wife. They were referred to me because they were working with another lender. They were extremely frustrated with the service that they were getting. They were 3 weeks into their contract. I got them, their application, their conditions, and closing in 9 days. And they are super, super happy campers. And of course, a lot of other BNI Nexus members help these people if you recognize them. Dawn, Wes, Dave, many of you. The next scenario, I recently helped a homeowner with a cash out refinance. This is a husband and wife who I helped with their original financing when they bought their house in Clearwater. They're doing some home remodeling, they had some credit card bills, and of course they wanted to pull some additional cash out to do other remodeling. They called me and they consulted with their financial advisor, we crunched some numbers, did a few little tweaks, and they helped them make a smart decision. The American dream is not just to own a home, but to have complete financial success. That's why your mortgage needs to be a part of your financial plan. Talk to Rick Ryder about financial planning, he's your guy. I am a numbers girl for sure. People don't always realize how much money they can save by talking with someone who's really good in their craft. Money is in details. Good introductions for me, thank you. Are CPAs, financial planners, estate planning attorneys, and full-time real estate agents. My ideal referral is a person or couple who has good credit, sufficient assets, and they want to talk and work with a trusted mortgage professional. They're either buying a house, condo, HUD, or townhome in St. Petersburg or Florida. And someone who can benefit by refinancing in the state of Florida. I want to express a sincere thank you to BNI Nexus, all of you. I appreciate you and all of your referrals. You know, life is too short, my friends. If you believe I'll do a good job and have the trust in me, I promise to make you look good and promise to do a good job. And I wholeheartedly appreciate your referrals. Many of you know that I'm huge on education. I'm also huge on educating myself. Several years ago, I just listened to a book on CD called The 4 Agreements. Next. And I just want to share with you these 4 agreements in hopes that it instills these in you. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. My name is Jeannie O'Grady. I help people increase their wealth when they finance and own real estate in Florida. I am number 24 on your Connexus. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate. Thank you.
Eric is up next. Is anyone introducing you, Eric?
You can if you want, or I can do it on my own.
I'm gonna get your presentation up and going here.
All right. I have an introductory slide.
Oh. go, my friend.
All right, well, as the slides come up, I'm Lynn, Landguard title. I want to just make sure that today we talk about title. I'll try to make it as exciting as possible. I know most people don't know what title is, and those that do think it's boring. So we're going to do whatever we can to try and tell you why it's actually quite important. What I wanted to share with you, and you know this from hearing my presentation every week, is that title is basically the contract that we help you close when you buy, sell, or refinance a home or a commercial property. It's one of the biggest purchases that everyone's going to make in their life. And in the state of Florida, too many title companies don't have attorneys or are not attorneys themselves. Too many problems come from liens, tax liens, construction liens, open permits, and they need to be fixed. So the best way that you can think about title, and then I'll go through my presentation quickly, is to think, if you're buying, selling, or refinancing a home, would you rather have a lawyer who can help you with that type of contract, solve any problems you would have as a lien, and be able to help deal with the other side if there are legal problems on that side as well? I know I'm a bit biased, but I can tell you from all of our buyers and sellers, it makes 0 sense to use a title company that does not have lawyers that are working on that title company. Oh, you have a friend who works on title and they have their own title company. Excellent. What are they going to do when you have a lien problem? What are they going to do when you have a tax problem? What are they going to do when the contract is not what the buyers and sellers thought and agreed on? My partner and I are both attorneys. Here with us is also Lynn, who's our top closer. Again, we didn't hire him because he has a great last name, he spells it differently, but he's an excellent closer and can help you with all the closing that you have. Let me see if we got this up yet. We're good to go? Yeah.
Upright goes
All right, excellent. So here's a little background. It's a little small. I hope you guys can see that. My background is I'm a native of St. Pete. I went to St. Petersburg High School, just a few blocks away here. I'm barred in Florida since 2006. I graduated from Northwestern in Georgetown. I served as a senior advisor to Secretary of Defense, Pentagon, and was in Afghanistan as a senior advisor to our commanding general in Afghanistan as well. I also run, separately from Landguard Title, the national security consulting business. You guys have seen in the news a lot of information about security clearances in the past 3 to 4 weeks. I still maintain my top secret security clearance and do some work with our friends over at MacDill Air Force Base. In 2018, we started to see the need from that work, from active duty military and veterans that were having a problem with their children. Now, I want to welcome my friend Peter Arner to the group as our new realtor, and we all know our friend Marianne, who was here for many years, would never behave like this. But in my opinion, there are too many realtors here in Florida, as Jeannie pointed out, that are part-time, and too many realtors that are worried more about their bottom line than they are worried about taking care of their customers. And in 2018, I cannot tell you how many times when I was at MacDill Air Force Base, I heard stories from active duty soldiers and veterans that were coming back to the base that they had lost their home or had another buyer come in behind them or were not able to make the sale on their home because they were unable to get their closing done because they had a spouse or a partner overseas. All right, I don't want to make this too confusing, but I'll make it real simple in 30 seconds. Raise your hand if you used to watch the show The Sopranos. Okay, for those of you that didn't, in Florida we have something that we jokingly call, and the lawyers in the room will understand this, the Sopranos law, Tony Soprano law. If you are buying or selling a home in the state of Florida and you are married, both partners in the marriage must sign on the sale. Okay? They put that law in place in Tallahassee to prevent against Tony Soprano buying condos all across New Jersey for his girlfriends. However, they didn't take into account what would happen to the brave men and women who are serving our country overseas when they put that law in place, and they don't care to change it. So what happened in 2018 was too many veterans and military servicemen and women were losing their homes because their partner was in Afghanistan, in Iraq, even in Korea or Germany, and they were losing homes because they did not get the opportunity to go to get a notary. We have a notary here today, and to go to a closing attorney to close their home. Think about it. Spouses here, wives in Clearwater, husbands in Afghanistan, husbands in Tampa, wives in Iraq. If you can't get to a place where you're going to be able to sign, have it notarized, and mail it back in time. By the way, the mail from Kabul was slow, and it's not getting any faster. You will not be able to close on your home. So what did we do in 2018? We were the first ones in the west coast of Florida to do virtual e-closings. Virtual e-closings mean that you can close your home online. Now, we still offer closings at our office. We have a nice conference room in the Tampa Bay Times building downtown. And anyone who wants to use their grandfather's pen to buy or sell their home, you can still do that. But veterans that are traveling all across the world and active duty military cannot do that. I have a short video that's about 60 seconds. Can you click on that link, please? And turn the volume up on your computer. And make it
Digital
large screen.
recorded bags and grab this small yet mighty robot vacuum.
That's,
Automatic robot cleaners are taking them off.
make it large.
Did we just buy a house?
We just bought a house.
No, you unfortunately did not just buy a house, but you're 4/5 of the way there. Congratulations! See, this last part of the home buying process, this part is painful. It's the only thing you can't do digitally. Before you get to this, you're going to need to do a lot of this. Answering phones, scheduling a note dialing phone, printing, answering more phones, rescheduling a note dialing, rearranging your life, trying uncontrolled, finally meeting with your notary to close on your house. What if I told you it didn't have to be this painful? What if I told you that you could close on your house right here, or really anywhere on earth that has the internet, with a simple-to-use service called Notarize? Notarize. Yeah. Now you can complete the last leg of the home buying process completely online. Notarize removes the hassle of scheduling a notary by giving you access to one online, anytime, anywhere. And it ties right into your lender and title company to automate the entire process. Everything's handled right in Notarize, including the signing and marking up of documents. Your notary walks you through each page, just as they would in person, except without the awkward thumb licking. Notarize also makes sure you've signed everywhere that's required, and you and your lender will get every document the instant you're done. Which means no more of this. Notarize. For the first time ever, buy your home online.
Notarize!
All right, thank you. Next one. I just want to close by saying that it was really important for us to do those e-closings starting in 2018. It was not yet legal in the state of Florida to do an online closing. We actually did it through a pretty innovative legal process of using reciprocity with the state of Virginia to get those closings done. And when that happened and other companies started following suit to what we were doing, the state of Florida changed the law, and now you can do legal online closings. They were always legal through reciprocity, but now they are fully part of Florida law. We're proud that we started to do that at Landguard Title. We're proud to help our veterans and active duty soldiers and anyone else that needs closing needs, residential or commercial property. Thank you guys for the opportunity. I just want to add one 10-second thing and then I will be done. Sadly, I've been traveling so much in these past few months, and my May is only getting worse doing a lot of the work that I was mentioning, both with McDill and with Landguard. So you're going to see a lot more of Brian, Lynn, than you will see of me, but I'm going to see all of you guys as often as I can. All right, Eric, Lynn, Landguard Title, thank you guys.